All right, hello NSAA. Today I'm going to be kind of going through our Google Drive and just kind of giving a brief orientation to it so that if you are entering the drive for the first time or if you were kind of confused before and would like some enlightenment, hopefully this will help you out at least a tiny bit. So we're going to start by just finding the Google Drive. So I just have my internet browser open here. The simplest way to do it if you haven't if you don't have it set up, is just to Google Drive. So you can Google Drive. And then the first thing that comes up is called Google Drive. So you click on that and it will take you to the homepage for Google Drive, which is slow to load. So here there's a button, a little blue button that says Go to Google Drive. So just click on that. And it will load Google Drive. If you're not already signed into your Gmail account on your computer, the computer that you're working on, you might have to sign in with your Gmail account and password. But once you're here, so this is I'm going to make this bigger. This is my Google Drive homepage. So it has all of my different folders on my personal account. So you should have at some point received a link that linked you to the NSAA folder on the Google Drive. We'll be sending it around again, so if you didn't get it, you'll have a new opportunity to figure it out and put it in your own drive. So once you have that link, you click on it, and where it will go is down the left-hand side here. There's a button that says Shared with Me. And that's everything that's been shared with you. So anything you've gotten a link to from other people, that's basically saying they want to share something from their drive with you. That's in here. So I have a few different things, but somewhere in yours, this will obviously look different because these are my own personal documents that have been shared with me. But somewhere in yours, and mine as well, there is a folder that says NSAA. So we're going to click on that. And here we are. So this is the NSAA basically main homepage folder. So this is where you can find just about everything, all of the different committees. We've got governance and aphasia camp, pictures, you name it, forms. So basically this is like the launch pad for whatever you need to find for the NSAA, any committee things. You can start here. So it's in Shared with Me on your drive, and then you find the NSAA folder, and here we are. So for my sake, because I am part of the LLRC, I'm going to want to find the LLRC folder. So within the NSAA folder, there's another folder called LLRC and in brackets cloud. So that's where all of the LLRC information is found. So you can click on that. So now we're inside of specifically the LLRC folder. So this is everything related to what that specific committee does. And as you can see here again, we have more folders within this folder, and they're basically just the different categories of information you'll find. So we have things like our terms of reference, our plan for sustainability, our strategic planning, the roles and responsibilities specific to the LLRC. Probably the ones that will be used the most are the minutes right here. And where is our agenda? So that's where you can find basically what we've been up to at every meeting and what happened after the meeting was over. So if I want to catch up on what happened in the last meeting, I would find the minutes folder and click on it. Okay, and it takes you year by year. So if you wanted to call up an old meeting to figure something out, you have all of these archives from 2014 to 2016. So I am going to click on 2016 because we haven't had a meeting yet. So it's still archived from 2016. And then it just has all of the different dates. So I can click on any one of them, November's minutes from the LLRC, and that will show me what we did on that meeting day. As you can see up here, this is kind of how you know what path you've been following. So if you ever wanted to say, I'm confused, I'm in minutes now, and I just want to get back to the main page, to the NSAA home base, the launch pad. You can follow your path, so we're in 2016 minutes, we're in LLRC. So if you want to get back to the main NSAA page, you can actually just follow your file path and just click on that. And that will take you back to right where we started, to the main page. So we're outside of all the committees, we're just looking at the NSAA page in general. So from here, what I thought I'd touch on next is how to upload files to the drive. Some people might not be familiar with using a cloud service, so this is just a little tip on how to do that. So the first thing to do when you're uploading a file is to make sure that you're uploading it to the appropriate folder. It can get really confusing if you just put it on the main page and people are going to look for it in a place that they thought it would be, but it's not there yet. So make sure that you navigate around the cloud first to make sure that you're in the right folder where you want people to find it. So for me, I want to upload something to our Expressive Cafe folder. So I'm going to go into the LLRC again, and I'm going to look for the folder called Expressive Cafe, which is right here. Okay, so in the Expressive Cafe, I'm going to post this picture that I have of Judy. And so I would have told my colleagues that want to find the picture, it's going to be in the Expressive Cafe folder. So I'm going to drag and drop. So basically just hold your mouse down over the picture. If it's on your desktop, it's probably the easiest way to do it. If you have a file you want to drag in, you can just drag it right over to the page here and let it go, let your mouse go. And it'll say here, uploading one item, and there's a little circle to tell you how much time is left. This is a very high quality picture, so it might take a minute. Oh, there we go. So now the Ask Me About Aphasia picture is on the cloud, in the Expressive Cafe folder, within the LLRC, within the NSAA. So it's got layers and layers of navigation, but once you know where you're going, it's very, very easy to put files in there. Another way you can upload files, so if you don't have your files on your desktop like this, which some people don't, some people have it in a files folder, what you can do, instead of dragging and dropping, you can right-click, so just take your mouse, put it in the main page here where all the documents are, and right-click, and this little box will pop up. If you wanted to upload a whole folder of information, you can do that. If you wanted to upload just files, you can click Upload Files. And then it'll take you to this generic page where you can kind of go through, figure out where you keep your pictures or whatever you want to upload. Could be in documents, could be in photos. And then just open it, and it will, again, do the same thing as I just did, except dragging and dropping to me is a little bit easier. All right. So I'm going to go back to our main page, so our NSAA page. So the next thing I wanted to touch on is searching the drive, so searching for folders or files on the drive. If it happens, and this has happened to me in the past, if you can't find a folder somewhere and you know it exists, you just can't find it, there's an easy way to basically create a search in the Google Drive that will help you to locate files without you having to manually go through every single folder and try and find what you're looking for. So I'm going to use the example of the Expressive Cafe folder that I was just in. If I wanted to put something in there and I was having trouble locating the folder, what you can do, there's a little magnifying glass there, and this is the search specifically for the drive. So don't go up here, that's a regular Google search. Stick to underneath that where it says search drive. And what I'm going to put in is just Expressive Cafe because I know that's what I want. So what it'll do is basically call up everything that has Expressive Cafe in the title. So you're going to get some files specifically, you're going to get some folders. So as you can see here, there are two different folders actually called Expressive Cafe. They're probably related to two different committees or one's on the main page, something like that. So there are actually 2 different folders, and then there are 3 different just files that have Expressive Cafe in the title. So I want the folder, but I want the folder in the LLRC page. So you can't really tell from the main screen which one is which. So I'm just going to try. I'm going to click on this one. And the way to tell, basically, if you're in the right place, if you're in the navigation you want, is to look up here at your file path again. And as you can see, we went from the Launchpad into a pictures folder, into mixed images, and then to Expressive Cafe. So LLRC isn't listed here, so I know I'm not in the right folder. This is another folder to do with Expressive Cafe. So I want to go back to Search Drive, Expressive Cafe. So I just tried that one, so I'm going to try this one now. Aha, and this is where I want to be. So I'm in the LLRC cloud and in the Expressive Cafe folder. And there's my picture that I just put in there. So that's kind of an easy way of finding something. Again, it's not super simple because a lot of our titles overlap, so you will kind of have to trial and error. You can click on one, look at your file path up here. If it's not where you want to be, you can go back, try the other folder, and I found it fairly quickly. So if you're really having a hard time, the search the drive option is a lot faster than sorting through a lot of folders yourself. Another thing that I wanted to go over with you is how to create a folder if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do is take a step back, get out of this Expressive Cafe folder. I'm going to go back to the LLRC page. So again, this is just all of the main page for the LLRC. And what I want to do is create a new folder to put new documents in from Expressive Cafes, but mainly for feedback. So I'm going to make a feedback folder. This is really just hypothetical, but I'm gonna go through the motions anyway. So what you do is come up to the top here, and on the top there is a new button. And so click that new button, and it'll give you some options. So you can make a new folder. You can upload a file here too. So I want to add a folder, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to call it feedback forms. And I hit create. So now in my LLRC folder specifically, I have a new folder called feedback forms. So I'm not in it yet, it's listed here among the other things that we've already seen. So to get into it, just double click on it and it should be empty. There we go. So if I wanted to add a file again on my desktop, I can just drag and drop. And boom. So that is how you add files and folders. I'm going to remove that. So I'm going to go back out to the NSAA main page. Again, it's easy to get lost in folders on folders on folders, but the easiest way to get back is just go back to your Shared With Me. So along the left-hand side here, click Shared With Me. And again, however many other documents you have going on, just look for NSAA. And there it is. And we're back on the main page. So like I said, depending on your committee, things you'll probably be looking at the most would be the minutes, the agenda, so when you get to the meeting you can call it up easily. If you're working on a specific project, again, you're going to want to find your committee folder to be able to add things to the folder so everyone can see what you're doing. You can even work on documents together. It's kind of a next step, but the option is there. So one of the other things that I found really useful was the contact list, and it isn't really easy to find, so I'm going to again search contact list. And this says Nova Scotia Aphasia Association LLRC, which means that we have made this, so I'm assuming it's our LLRC contact list. We will see. And there we go. So when I double clicked on that, I have the email addresses and phone numbers and Skypes of everyone in the LLRC. So again, if you need to contact someone, that's a really fast way of finding it. There are a lot of benefits to being able to navigate around the drive, but there's a lot going on and it is confusing. So hopefully this helps. I'm not going to go through every folder. Depending on what you need, it'll be different, and it would probably take a couple of hours to go through all of the folders. But like I said, this is your launch pad, so up here where it says NSAA, and you're shared with me, NSAA is everything, so from here you can get essentially everywhere, different committees, governance documents, everything you kind of need. And if you can't find it, you can come up here and you can search for it there. Hopefully this is helpful, and if you want to go into using Google Docs to create a document at the same time with other people, things like that, kind of sort of next level options that Google Drive can provide to you, just send me an email or talk to me at a meeting, and I can help you out with that too. All right, thanks.